Hello friends, welcome to HR Garden. Today we are going to talk about the growing and caring of Amaryllis. It's one of the summer flowering plant. So it comes under the different color: red, white, it may be pink, salmon, apricot, rose, it may be deep burgundy. The most popular is red and white. Some of these flower may be bicolor. So this plant is my bicolor. Size of the flower ranges from 4 to 10 inches and can either be single or double. Now to get a good, now here in this case my one stalk has already finished blooming, so I got 4 flower in this stalk. Okay, so one flower is still dried here, and I got, this is the next second stalk. In this stalk also I got here, you can see 4 flowers, only 2 are blooming, and out here you have one more. So here I have one more small, 1 2 3 and 4. So to get a good flower and to get the maximum flower, more stock, you need to select a bulb. The largest bulb should be hard. Just press it, it should be hard, it should be firm, it should be dry. There should not be any sign of mold, decay or injury in a bulb. Now once you buy a bulb, how to plant this? Okay, so when you plant, the top part of the bulb, you can see here, the top part of the bulb should not be covered with the soil. You have to keep this top part outside the soil. Okay, you should not cover whole plant with the soil. At least 2-3 inches should be outside the soil. You can give any pot. Okay, so don't give too big pot or don't give too small pot. Give the pot so that if you have only one bulb in it, so afterwards it will multiply. So the pot should have this space so that bulb can multiply. Okay, and the pot should be well drained. Make sure that in the bottom of the pot there should be hole so that the water can well drain and your bulb is not going to decay, your root is not going to decay or rot. Now watering, it's a normal, all right, watering is normal process. What you do is you just take your finger, okay, as I say in my previous video also, put your finger in 2 inches below the soil. If it is sticking in your finger, do not water it. If it is dry, water it. So now watering depends upon your experience also. Okay, so if it is very hot weather, the soil will dry fast, so you need to water more frequently. If you are in cold places, you should not water more frequently. So bulb should, if you over water this plant, their bulb will rot, the bulb will decay, so you'll not get a good flower, good result, you'll not get a good result. Fertilizer, the plant like high phosphorus fertilizer, the plant like the fertilizer which has high phosphorus. Okay, so once in a 15 days you can give a fertilizer. You can give a liquid fertilizer, okay, or you can give a bone meal according to the size of the pot. In this pot, in a 15 days, what I do is I just make a rim at the side of this pot and give a 1 teaspoonful of bone meal. Bone meal is very good for this plant, bone meal. So you can give DAP also, so half teaspoonful of DAP. Once in 15 or 20 days you can give a half teaspoonful of DAP. So if you give bone meal only, bone meal is best. Sometimes you may give 1 inch of your compost, cow dung compost or vermicompost, okay, and water it. As soon as you give the fertilizer, water it. If you are giving a bone meal, so please dug the top of the soil and give the bone meal at the side and cover it with the soil and water it. Fertilization should be done in once in 15 or 20 days. Now when you plant this, after putting the bulb in soil, you can keep it in dry place where it gets sunlight for few hours, for few days. As soon as its stalk begin to grow, you can take it outside in a sunny location and bring it in sun So once it start blooming, once your flowers start opening, so if you can bring this plant in shady area or away from the sunlight, direct sunlight, your flower will last very long and it will not fade fast. In sunny location also you will get a blooming, but it will fade fast and your flower will not last long. But in a shady area, okay, where it gets morning sunlight, and it will last for a long time. So always try to bring away from the sunlight, when direct sunlight, when the flower buds have begun to open. Now after blooming, once the flower is over, so once the flower is open, don't keep this flower like this. So what you can do is you can remove this flower. So you can remove this flower from here, and do not remove the stalk, because if it is Dutch variety, you don't get leaves like this in the beginning. So this stalk will help to capture the light from the sun and helps in photosynthesis. So once the leaves is grown and once this stalk is over, you may cut this stalk out here like this. You may cut this stalk like this. You may remove the rotten, this dead leaves also. So you can remove it. You can remove it like this. For the soil here also I had 3 flowers. Okay, here I had got 3 flowers. Here I had got 3 flowers. So one I had already removed this. You can see this. You can see this. So talking about the soil, so what type of soil is needed? So it needs well drained soil. So in the plant which grows with the bulb, you use well drained soil so that water can drain fast and there is no case of rotting of roots or your bulb, decaying of your bulb. So I use 40% of garden soil, 30% of vermicompost and 30% of sand. And when I'm making the soil potting mixture, I have given 2 teaspoonful of bone meal also, and 1 small spoon fungicide also. Diseases, so usually you don't find any diseases in this plant. Okay, while you giving the pesticides or while giving your any kinds of pesticides to your other plant, you can give in this plant also. Okay, pesticides. Now sometimes due to overwatering, it may be affected by fungus. So what you can do is, sometime, okay, once in a 20 days or in 1 month, you can give 1/4 spoon of fungicide, any fungicide, soft fungicide or Bevestin at the side of your pot and cover it with the soil, and you give a water. You give full watering out here. You can plant this flower anytime from the October till April. So if you don't want all the flowers to bloom at the same time, you can keep a gap of 15 days or 10 days and you can plant your bulb accordingly. So after the blooming is over, you can remove the flowers, and when your stalk turns yellow, you cut the stalk. Now leaves will start coming. Keep it in a sun, water it, give a fertilizer. So this will help in photosynthesis and plant will store food for the next season. So after your leaves start turning yellow, you may cut all the leaves and keep your Amaryllis in pot. In next season, automatically you will find the new stock when the time comes. Now if you don't want to keep it in the pot, you can take out the Amaryllis bulb and keep it in a dry for 2 days and keep it safe in a dry place for a next season. So thank you friends, this much for today. Stay home, stay safe.